There are lots of ways to frame a house. Stick frame, timber frame, straw bale, concrete block. And there are lots of ways conceptually to frame what it means to have a home. I guess at its heart, the Evergreen was a chance for me to put those two together. The timber frame of a house and the theological frame of a home. My name is Derek Nelson, and I'm a professor of religion and liberal arts at Wabash College in Crawfordsville, Indiana. I live in the woods along Sugar Creek, and over the past few years I've been building and furnishing the Evergreen, a traditional timber frame structure, as an experiment in sustainable home construction and domestic life. Early America had timber frames mostly. That means large wooden posts and beams with precision-cut joinery attaching the pieces together. It's beautiful. And these timbers are trapped carbon, if you think about it. They grow nearby, not much diesel to deliver them. You use some basic geometry to lay out mortises in the posts, beams, and plates, and cut tenons on the braces. It's an old technology, a far cry from, say, 3D printing your house, but it works. You cut the timbers when they're green, still a bit wet, and the dowels you drive through them are made from kiln-dried wood. The green timber will shrink as it dries, and the dowels will expand as they take on a little moisture. Every year then, these joints get tighter and stronger. On the other hand, if you stick frame, nailing together studs like most houses today, every year the studs expand and contract around the nails and everything gets looser and looser. Another difference is how the frame is made. It's just kind of there for you to see. Nothing's hidden. It's compelling. The scientist E.O. Wilson calls this biophilia, the innate attraction humans have for more life, more abundance, more connection. We're drawn to it. The Evergreen's floor is made of ash because it's hard and stable, perfect flooring. Plus, every ash tree around is likely to die in the next few years because of a beetle, the emerald ash borer. So let's make the most of it. Most people buy flooring in set, identical widths. Except God doesn't make identical trees. This floor has random widths, some 2 inches, some 2.5, some 3, some 3.5. So there's almost no waste and less cost. And also the palpable sense that this floor was once a tree. So the frame, the floor, and then the walls. In a stick-framed house, you have a stud about every 16 inches. It breaks up the insulation, so you lose heat or let heat in. But in a timber-framed house like the Evergreen, no studs get in the way. It's amazingly efficient. And then there's the sill, the bottom of the frame, what the whole house is sitting on. It's made of white oak, the grandest wood in the Americas. It won't rot for centuries as long as it can dry out. It's so dense, bugs don't even bother trying to bore into it. The rest of the frame is poplar. They grow great here, strong, tall, and straight. It'll last half as long as oak, so probably 250 years, as long as it can dry out and stays painted. I think it's important spiritually not to build something that's only going to last for your own lifetime, or even merely through the lives of your children. Better to take the long view. Your grandkids' kids. Built to last. No single use. As little plastic or disposable stuff as possible. The question is so simple and so elusive. What does it mean to have a home? Everyone, or almost everyone, knows, but no one can quite say. It's got to do with belonging, which is social, and being comfortable, which is physical. The word comfortable comes from the Latin word confortare, meaning to strengthen. I can rest when I'm at home. I can restore my strength so that I can do things, extend myself into the world, use my power and gifts. A home is a place to leave, as well as a place to stay. Homes are reflections of us, of what we value and cherish, of who we are. The average American house has 300,000 items. It increases in weight by 700 pounds a year. It's mind-boggling. There are 2.5 billion square feet of storage rental space in this country, a $38 billion industry that's one of the fastest growing in the nation. If our homes reflect our cherished values, what do you conclude? Why do we surround ourselves with mountains of plastic and then worry ourselves into finally throwing it away. I think there's a kind of sickness there. We need healing. Whether it's Marie Kondo or Swedish death cleaning, we need to be rescued from this false life of disposable things. We need salvation. The word salvation comes from the Latin salvus, meaning in good health. So, to have a home, you need belonging, comfort, and delight. Delight means that it feels good, feels right to be in this place, among these people with these things. But delight isn't something we can control. Delight happens. Being around things of beauty, lovely furniture that I'm attached to because I made it, seeing a sun I didn't make set over a forest I didn't plant. That's delight. The German thinker Hartmut Rosa talks about a longing for uncontrollability. Our technological advances open up the world for us by helping us control it, but they also capture us. Rosa talks about the snow day, when plans get canceled and we just sit in wonder. That's delight. What does a healthy home look like? At home in your body, your dwelling, your community? It's when you resonate with the world, when your home speaks to you, tells you who you are, where you are, why you are. It's when you crave the real material, the real thing. Ash floor, stone table, poplar beam. There's a kind of miracle that happens when a house becomes a home. We contribute to that by our living, but mostly we undergo it, receive it. It's grace. Jesus framed salvation as the coming kingdom of God, but alongside that image is another framing that's often overlooked. At key moments, Jesus describes salvation as a kind of homecoming of a pilgrim, a dwelling together, a homemaking. At Christmas, according to the Gospel of John, Jesus comes not to domineer, but to dwell among us. And the new world to come, both in the prophet Ezekiel and in the book of Revelation, it's likewise framed as a kind of dwelling. See, the home of God is among mortals. If we take these ideas seriously, our homes become theological places. And theology becomes an exercise not only in thinking, but also in dwelling. And these aren't just ideas for lecture halls. The earth is our home, and we are ruining it for ourselves because of how we live. I see a Christian environmental ethic as an invitation to a better way of living, of helping us belong, find comfort, and experience delight. Building the Evergreen was interesting and fun, but finding a home is a greater thing. It's a mystery, a joy.